This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
If you're an athlete, you know the greatest motivator of all is the fear of letting your teammates down. After all, a team is only as good as its weakest link. So you owe it to those wearing the same jersey as you to be your best every time you step on the field. That's why there's no vape in team. When you vape, you can expose your lungs to toxic chemicals that can damage your lungs. If you're a step behind, the team's a step behind. Brought to you by The Real Cost and the FDA.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and in today's episode, I have an idea for the gaming industry, more so developers that put out games and they don't do so well, because it just seems like that's the new normal. It just seems like it's the new normal to put out a video game and it's not good. Yeah, it's okay to put out a game and it only gets 1 star, 2 stars, maybe 2.5 stars, gets a overwhelmingly or mostly or even a very negative rating on Steam. I'm trying to think. Epic Games, I think they go based off of stars. I don't know, because I don't be going on Epic Games as much, but I just feel like if you have Epic Games, you probably have it to play Fortnite or something, but for the most part, I don't really like the games that you see on there. It'd be the same games that they have on Steam. I think there's like very few games that they'll have on Epic Games. Epic Games need more games, bro, cause that's messed up. But anyways, but no, here's my idea that I have for the gaming industry, and I feel that it will put you guys on the right path, and it will also give you time to work on some new games. But you already have games that did well back in the day. Like we talking Xbox 360, PlayStation 1, 2, and 3. What are some other, there's a gang of Nintendo games. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's a gang of games out there that have been sitting on the shelves and they haven't gotten no remastered. Don't you think it would be a dope idea for all of the games that we used to play back then? Imagine if PlayStation came out with a store and they called it PlayStation Retro, and there's nothing but a bunch of different old PlayStation 2 games we played when we were kids. I'm saying old Mad Max. I'm saying they technically did remaster the Grand Theft Auto games, but I'm saying like in the same fashion of how they looked back then. Like not this new age look. I'm saying like that. Like yeah, remaster it, but at the same time just, I don't know, maybe bump up the frame rate, but just have it where I don't know how that would necessarily, you know what, regardless, we need to play some retro games, bruh. Alright, I think that should be the main thing that these companies should work on. But no, imagine that though. Imagine if PlayStation came out with a store called it PlayStation Retro, and it's digital versions of all the PlayStation 2 games. I'm saying the Tony Hawk games. I'm saying Midnight Club, like 1, 2, 3, Dub Edition Remix. What are some other games that I played back? I remember I had like a Fairly Odd Parents game back then. What are some other games? I think I had a Shrek game at some point in time. I had like hundreds. Tokyo Racer Zero, that was the very first video game I've ever owned on the PlayStation 2. But I'm saying from that, PlayStation 1 games, PlayStation 3 games, I'm saying like God of War, and they do kind of have something to that extent, but I'm saying we need more of it. We don't need some of it. We don't need a taste of it. We need more of it, because in this day, and there's nothing wrong with like God of War, the new ones, because I think, the new ones have been doing good. At least I've only played the first one. I haven't played the second one that they came out with not too long ago. But regardless, I would love, bro, even like a PSP retro store, bro. Now that would be sick. I think that product would sell a lot if they were to come out with an update. Have it where you ain't gotta be on no remote play crap. All right, have it where I could go. I don't need no PlayStation 5 in order to get that new like PlayStation handheld device thing. But no, they added on there a PSP store, right? And it's all of the PSP games that came out back then. Sony, I just probably gave you guys probably $1 billion idea, alright? Do you realize how successful PlayStation 5's, the sales will probably double. We will probably go back in that time and age where you don't see no PlayStation 5 in the stores. But even with Xbox 2, I'm saying if they were to do the same thing, Xbox Retro, and it's all the Xbox, like old Xbox games that came out back in the day, I'm saying that would no, we would definitely be in that same time and era we was in back in 2020 when we couldn't find no Xbox or no PlayStations. So that's probably a bad thing, because I know there's probably some people like, well, I do want to get, maybe if they don't have an Xbox, the new Xboxes or PlayStations, I'm like, I'll probably just put out an idea where it's gonna probably be a little bit harder, and we might have to go back into that point in time when PlayStations and Xboxes are costing $5,000 on StockX and things. But I'm saying, I'm more so speaking for myself because I do have both consoles, so I'm just saying I would like to see something like that. But I'm saying though, why is there, and I know it probably has like something to do with licensing issues and stuff, but I'm like, fam, all that money that Sony is making, all that money that Microsoft is making, you guys can set some money aside, have it where those games get the right license or paperwork, whatever the situation is, to put those games back in store. Because I guarantee and I promise you, if let's say tomorrow, right, we look up, we sign into our Xbox, our PlayStation, our Steam account, whatever the situation is, and we see Tony Hawk's Underground, Tony Hawk's Underground 2, Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, Tony Hawk's I think it was called Project 8, I believe. I'm saying, if we were to see all of those games on stores or in stores today, or even if it was on some stuff where it was like GameStop's was like, we're bringing old games back. I think they do, but it's on their website. I don't know, there might be some lucky GameStop store in the world where they have like retro games and stuff. But I'm saying, if they were to have those games, I guarantee and I promise you, the gaming industry would be so much better right now. So much better. I know people probably, there might be some, well, I had just recently got my PlayStation 3 back from my sister, so that's why I'm like, nah, bruh, this year I gotta play me some old games, because I'm like, that just where new games are at right now, it ain't hitting, alright? That's something that I have been vocal about for a while now. The new video games are not hitting. They're not, to a certain extent, they're somewhat fun, but I feel like I easily get bored with a lot of the games that come out today versus back then. I was just talking about this earlier today on my stream, where I would sit down and play a video game for hours. For hours, bruh. The funny thing is that I know the one game, Midnight Club 2, that's one game that I've always have spoken out about, and like that was like one of the first few games that caused me the rage growing up, and bruh, brought me to tears. Oh, I'm telling you, like, that ain't even something I'm afraid to admit. No, that game brought me to tears. I was crying because I couldn't get past missions on that game because it was difficult. I was only born a few years beforehand. Now that I'm much more older and I got a little bit more experience in video games nowadays, yeah, I know I could get past that mission. I think it was like a Honda or something like that I couldn't get past. But regardless, I'm like, fam, I would love to go back into that point in time where I'm playing Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, where I'm playing, what are some other games? Bro, because I still got these PlayStation 2 magazines from back in the day, and I'm like, I should just go through them and just list off a bunch of different games. But I'm saying, we need to start off with some of the bigger games that came out back then. Yeah, like Midnight Club. What are some other games that came out back? Like, you'll see some, like, I know they got like the old Call of Duties and crap. What are some other games? But yeah, I'm like, fam, why is it such an issue? And then what trips me out, it'll be the companies that made the games that don't want to put those games out there. And I'm like, Activision, even if it's on some stuff, because that's something that I did, bruh, and that's something that, another series of games where I'm like, I know people would definitely love that. Speaking of Midnight Club, the old Need for Speed games, Need for Speed Underground, Need for Speed Most Wanted. I'm trying to think of some other ones that came out back then. You know, I'm saying, if we were to have those games from back then today, I guarantee and I promise you, alright, the gaming industry would be in a much more, at least we would be on hold until we're like, all right, so you know what? And I'm saying that would give you guys like, no, put out all those old games, right? And that was the idea that I was actually gonna make, because I know that there was like I think it was Need for Speed Most Wanted, where they had like Best Buy stores and all that. You don't even have to, bruh. The thing is this: you can scratch all that stuff out in case if it is like a copyright things where you're not allowed to have Best Buy stores in the game. But let's just say you guys do re-release those games, just have it where it be like Best or Buy. But it doesn't have to say Best Buy and look just like the Best Buy. I hit my microphone. But it doesn't have to look like, just change that stuff up. But I'm saying, you guys, I know you guys still have the files or whatever it is that, you know, that you guys use to develop those games. And I'm like, fam, I know you guys still got that stuff hidden somewhere. But I'm like, fam, that's that type of stuff where I'm like, we need to be playing those games into, because I was playing Need for Speed Unbound today, and I'll tell you right now, that's a Need for Speed game where I'm like, hey, look, you guys could have held off on that. You guys could have just had it where you just paid attention to Need for Speed Heat, put out a bunch of different DLCs for that game, and that probably would have been a lot more better than a police chase simulator. Or having it where it's like the car, it's you just slightly turn a little bit and this car done lost control. I'm thinking to myself, bruh, man, I'm telling you, like, games today do not have that same feel of games from like yesterday. They don't. I'm saying, imagine if WWE, right, if they decide to re-release the old SmackDown vs. Raw games. Do you understand, okay, if SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, 7, 8, did they do a 9? And I think they did a 9, and just the whole series, the whole SmackDown vs. Raw series. If they were to re-release those games today, I guarantee and I promise you, bruh, that would, no, and they would have, they can release all those games. I wonder how many of those SmackDown vs. Raw games that they release. Hold on for a second. Let me see. SmackDown vs. Raw series. Okay, so they got them on Wikipedia. Do they show? No, that's just the one that they released. They did one in 2005. No, 4. No, 2000. No, okay, I'm confused. Oh, so alright, I'm not confused no more. So it's SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, but I remember because now they're doing it where it's like they released the games and they have like the same year, but there's like, no, the 2005 one is SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, but I never did play the first SmackDown vs. Raw, but anyways, so there is that one. So SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, and then, okay, so then that's when they came out with WWE. If they were to release all of those SmackDown vs. Raw games, I guarantee and I promise you, WWE would not have to work. They can take the time to work on a wrestling game and come out with something different. Come out with different mechanics. Come out with a different story. Come out with different things to do in multiplayer. It'll give you guys the time to actually sit down and work on those games rather than, oh, well, let's put out the next game. Let's put out the next game after that. Let's put out, even with like the old Call of Duties. Let's say if they were to remaster Black Ops 2, or no, they already did remaster Modern Warfare 1 and 2, but okay, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, 2, I'm trying to think of some other, Advanced Warfare, Infinity Warfare, though, I'm like, I feel like that game is like still relatively, new. That game didn't really look old, because that game did come out during the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 era and stuff, so, and games haven't really changed a whole lot. I think they could just do like a graphics update with that game, because that came out more so in the updating era and stuff. But I'm saying though, if they were to remaster those Call of Duty games, put all the DLCs in, or bruh, they come out with like a Call of Duty Black Ops trilogy, right? Where you get, Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, all right? Well, I mean, no, Black Ops 3, because I think they did come out with an Xbox 360 version and stuff. But regardless, all right, they come out with a Black Ops Remastered trilogy. Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, all the DLCs. They introduced the modded maps and stuff on the console version. They come out with that Bro, Activision, you would not have to worry about another Call of Duty game. Yeah, you guys would be able to take some time on making a Call of Duty game. All right, Need for Speed. You guys, like I'm saying, you guys can remaster. Fam, and that probably would be like the biggest remastered series of all time if there was all like Need for Speed the Collection or something, and it's all the like old Need for Speed Underground, Need for Speed Shift, Need for Speed Most Wanted. What are some other, all those Need for Speed games in one big giant collection, $50-$60, because I know those games, I know they ain't gonna be trying to charge, if that is the case where they want to charge like $100-$200 for that collection, then no, I'm like, you guys just need to sell the game separately, or have it where that game is just, I don't know, on sale or something. But I'm like, ain't nobody gonna, not with all the money that you guys have been making, EA, you guys don't need no more money, you need to start giving back to the fans. All right, so but anyways, even if they were to do some stuff like that, Midnight Club 1, 2, 3, or like the dub edition remix and stuff, Rockstar would be able to do that. It's like, bro, you guys would, on top of the money that you probably put aside for Grand Theft Auto 6, not only that, you'll probably have some more money that you can put into the game if you were to remaster the Midnight Club games. I'm saying, why is it that me being just a fan, okay? Because my thing is this: if I was like the leader of EA or the leader of Rockstar or the leader of 2K, I'm saying all the NBA 2K games that came out back then, I know you guys would make bank off of those games, but I'm saying, oh my god, NBA Street Volume 1 and 2. Bro, I'm telling you, there's a lot of games from that point in time where it's like, if you guys were to remaster those games today, I guarantee and I promise you, you will probably make more money than the money that you're making right now. Because I know you guys, when you guys have it where a game be on sale for like, it'll be a game that came out maybe, well, because no, they do have Need for Speed Unbound for like a cheap price on Steam. Hold on for a second. Unbound Steam. How much that game? Yeah, they started talking about that game came out on December 1st, 2022. That game came out then, and so the normal price is $69.99. EA got that game for $10 right now on Steam. Come on now. Like that's something where it's like, you guys have to understand that we're not wanting to spend $10 on a new Need for Speed. No, we're wanting to spend $10 on an old Need for Speed. Because I guarantee and I promise you, if you guys were to, just my thing is this, to any developer, send this podcast episode to your favorite developer. I guarantee and I promise you, all right, follow this advice. Remaster your old games. I promise you, you will make so much more money than what you're making already. Having it where people could just get a digital version, bro, I'm telling you, like, no, put it to the test. And my thing is this: if that isn't the case, then prove me wrong. Still release it anyways. But I guarantee and I promise you, there's going to be a lot of people playing remastered games. But if they did have like a retro store that sold digital versions at a normal price, I'm not saying sell a digital version of a game and it'll be a Steam key and that mess costs like $5,000. No, I'm saying have it cost like at a normal price, like 20 below, whatever, and things. But no, I'm saying if they were to have it where those games cost that much, can't go wrong with the gaming and stuff. So I'm saying I would just like to see it. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people would like to see it. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Make sure you follow me across all social media platforms at TMoss. Like and subscribe if you are viewing this on YouTube, and peace.